A pair of fighters who are well traveled in the amateur circles, an Olympian and Troy Isley, and Yetunde Michel William. He is a man who was born in the Ivory Coast. His father was a dignitary, so he moved to Cameroon at a young age, started boxing in Brazil at age 16, and then moved to Mexico City a few years ago, 4 years ago, under the tutelage of Nacho Beristain, the Mexican guru. And I asked him, what was the best piece of advice Nacho told you? And he says, move your head, work behind the jab, and stick the shots to the body.
Yeah, spoken like a true veteran trainer.
Nacho's not here. It'll be Eric Bettis in the corner of Yetunde.
Yeah, right off the gate, you can see this, fill-out round for both fighters. Their range, nice right hand. Just catching Isley, just off guard a little bit. Every now and then you can get caught thinking. He was thinking a little bit too long. And William caught him with that jab.
Fifth fight for Troy Isley under the tutelage of Brian Bomac McIntyre. Says they're bringing out the best in me. Every time out, it's Esau Villegas, Red Spikes, and the entire B&B team looking to improve every aspect of this Olympian game. On his way to becoming a contender and vying for a world title shot.
Nice fast jab right there from Williams. You can tell he has a game plan. The game plan as of right now is to box, use those legs, allow Isley to do a little bit of the work for him, take a little bit of risk, and also while he's just sitting still, idling, thinking, take advantage of those holes that he presents with those guards.
Tim, a 9.5-inch reach advantage, 79 inches compared to 69.5.
He got a 79-inch reach?
He's got a 79-inch reach.
That's a heavyweight reach.
Yep. And he stands 6 feet tall.
So you know what that means? That means that Isley's going to have to close that distance. Right now, while they're still early, a lot of energy in both fighters. I don't think it's smart for him. He's got to take his time, come behind his jab, and little by little, as the fight progresses, start applying more and more pressure.
He's having a hard time finding his range because of that surprisingly long jab of Yetunde at 79 inches. That's something you have to deal with.
That's something you have to deal with. And he knows how to keep his distance very well. You see him half a step back out of range right there, trying to make that body shot or stab jab miss.
In our co-main event, we're going to see Kelvin Davis, who stands 6'1". He's got a 74-inch reach. So that is 5 inches shorter than what this young man.
And you can see how Williams can set him outside, far outside, and you see how Isley with the shorter arms. The distance is, they're right in front of each other, but the distance is different for Williams. He can throw from a further place. Whereas Isley has to really close the distance, and he's going to have to do it behind quicker feet. A little slow on his feet right now.
Give me my piece. Oh, grab that bucket over there. See. Hey, listen, you doing good with your jab, but you gotta mix it up a little bit, okay? Put some water on that. What you mean by that? Mix it up, move it around. Throw it away sometimes. If you try to go to the body, throw it away.
I see he not trying to go upstairs.
Yeah.
He's trying to start downstairs.
Yeah, and he's trying to bring that right hand behind that jab to the body.
Okay.
You hear me say that?
Yeah.
All right, so keep stepping around and keep stepping around and keep feinting, but you gotta be patient with him, okay? Put some more water on it.
Listen, he's trying to set you up for the left hook. He's trying for the left.
I'm sorry.
On the phone. Stay patient. Keep working off your jab, okay? All right, take a jab.
In our fighter meetings, we asked Bomac, what's the biggest improvement you've seen in Troy? And he says, apart from all the boxing stuff, it's the questions he asked. And Tim, what did he do in that corner?
He asked questions.
What do you mean by that?
I actually love that as well. I mean, because he's not only asking for guidance, he's asking for understanding too, along with it. So let's see what materializes from that conversation in the corner in this round. It was a really good round from William. that last round. Or I should say the first round. Really good round.
Tunde comes from that generation of Brazilian fighters because that's where he did the bulk of his amateur fighting. I'm talking about Robson Conceição, the eventual gold medalist, Esquiva Falcao. So that's the guys that he came up with in the Brazilian amateur system. You see the stab jab that Bomac was asking from Isley.
Yeah, but you see what the change is that it's not a flicking jab. He's actually taking a deeper penetration step to be able to land on Williams. He has to danger, right? Well, it does come with some danger if Williams can make him pay when you make an uppercut. If he's leaning forward, absolutely.
Well, since him having the longer arm, sometimes you have to loop it a little bit longer or a little bit more. And if Isley can get inside and make him not have that advantage anymore, that could work in his favor.
Good body shots downstairs again. All William is doing is he's paying attention downstairs. That's it. That's what he wants. And he's trying to siphon the gas tank of Isley. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to take some of the steam off of his punches. He's thinking about the longer haul of this fight. Thinking about the latter half of this fight. That's what he's invested in right now. And as long as Isley stays there, he's gonna get hit with a shot. He got hit with a hey, that buzzed him a little bit momentarily. Now I'm not saying he was hurt. I'm just saying it buzzed him, meaning that his head, he felt it. Absolutely, you take that, you answer. And see, and that's how you land on Isley. He want that get back. He want that get back. And I think he just found the key right now. The key is he got to take deeper steps. He needs to work that body. He needs to work from the body up. That's what he needs to do. That's the key. But he needs to push on the pace a little bit more. Take a little bit more chances.
And look, that he may have the reach advantage, but William gives up his height. And that up jab worked for Troy Isley in that series.
I like those feints coming from Isley as well. You don't want your opponent to know when you're going to attack, so you keep switching up your rhythm like he's doing right here. Now he's on a pendulum bounce right now, and it's starting to work a little bit.
Nice goal from Isley.
Nice.
Jeremiah Nakatila, the Namibian police officer from Windhoek. Well, he is looking for his first win against an undefeated opponent. Couldn't do it against Shakur in a world title shot. Couldn't do it against Raymond Lauritaya, who's now world champion. Couldn't do it against Tim Bradley's
Mike Colton.
in the game today. He's number 2 right now. And now he gets Abdullah Mason, who's off that list because now he is world championship contender.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you expect from Nakatila tonight, Tim?
Look, if he came here to win, he can be a problem.
Yeah.
But he got to let his hands go. He got dynamite in that right hand. He's facing a southpaw, so he's going to need to throw that right hand, and he's going to need to throw it often. But at the same time, he got to pay attention to defense because he's in there with a fighter that likes offense to come. He don't mind it coming because he's able to slip in between that offense coming. Before you catch me, so I'm gonna let my hands go.
That is tonight's main event. Jeremiah Nakatila, the former world title challenger, stepping in against Abdullah Mason after the WBO lightweight world title was vacated by Keyshawn Davis. And his fight against Edwin De Los Santos was canceled when Keyshawn missed weight by 4.3 pounds. Isley and Williams had no problem making weight, and here they are in round 3 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Third scheduled 10-rounder for the Olympian, Troy Isley, who continues to get better and better every time out.
Isley getting a little bit more busier with his offense. Again, taking those deep penetration steps to be able to close distance. Right there, you saw Williams had something waiting on him as he reached in. But see, it's going to be about the second level of attack. Right? What I mean by that is, it's like, that's the first level. But then you need to do something else, to be able to get a little bit closer to your opposition. Maybe slip your head outside, like that. There you go. Nice little step outside. So flick the jab out there. Get him to commit. Then have something to hit him. Bag of tricks. Have something in your back pocket so that way you can step in, work your offense after giving him just something to look at. So he's giving him something to look at now. Just so I can explain myself. Give him something to look at. Now when he reacts, Isley needs to have something in his back pocket. He needs to have a counter in his back pocket. Counter his reaction. That's second level attack.
William able to slip that right hand that Troy Isley was trying to set up behind that throwaway jab. Nice combination on the inside from William. You got to cross that threshold, and that's where Isley's got to commit, and William is trying to catch him there. Good right to the body from Isley.
There you go. Oh, there the uppercut. I was waiting on that uppercut from Williams. He hadn't thrown it all night. I didn't know if he had one in his bag, but yes, he does have an uppercut. Catching Isley, spitting that guard. As Isley leaned a little bit forward in that tie-high guard. Oh, nasty change up. Isley thought a jab was coming. Nope. Williams threw that left hook out of nowhere.
You know how Tunji started to fall in love with boxing? How? His father. He would tell him stories about a fighter who could kill a man with his fists. His name was Mike Tyson. And now more people wrote a book.
Time.
If Troy Isley can make any type of adjustments, man. You know, these rounds are very close.
We have 2-1 in favor of Tunde Michelle Williams. The first and the third in his favor. The second one was a great adjustment round from Troy Isley. The corner of William wants him to be a lot more active here in the fourth round. Let's see if he listens. That's a nice 1-2 from Troy Isley.
Yeah, it was something other than just a single jab. It was a follow-up shot. And that's what Isley needs to do a little bit more. Following up with punches.
Just touched him from long distance.
Man, and those arms is something. Man, like, what was the guy from Street Fighter that had the long arms where he can hit you from way across the screen? That's exactly what he's facing right now. So it's like those long arms are deceptive because he's like, I think I'm out of range, you know? I'm far out at range. I think I'm out of range. I don't think he can touch me, and then boom, he gets hit with a shot. So deceiving, man. But I tell you this, once you do close that distance and once you do put yourself out there, you gotta slide in a little bit closer because if you pull out from that range, pull from that range, guess what? You're gonna be in harm's way, right? So exactly. Work those combinations, stay close. But again, don't pull straight back after you work the combinations because he's gonna lift you up like that. You gotta go in and get a little bit closer to him so that way he can extend with those arms.
throw punches.
He tied him up right there. Good tactic right there from Williams. Ooh,
That's left hook.
both traded left hooks. Isley right now, you see a fighter step back like that, he's taking a walk. That means he's regrouping.
He was with 2 right hands there, Tim. And it was him thinking right there, okay, that's not working. What do I have to do to get inside?
Well, that was just a small minor change-up. When you see Isley, when he just stepped back, got his distance, walked a little bit, bounced around a little bit. Saw Williams fall asleep a little bit, man.
Yeah.
Just for a second, that's all it takes. And Isley was right
That's
there.
a nice right hand.
And that's what I'm saying, not pulling straight back, right? He pulling back, he gonna get hit.
Time.
Hands do the talking tonight, and all that talking that Keyshawn did, he missed weight by 4.3 pounds. His title defense in front of his hometown fans was capped.
Almost 4.3 pounds of rubbish. That's what that was. 2, you're not concentrated. You're not focused on what's in front of you. If you're trying to make a fight all that, come on, man. That tells me right there, you wasn't focused, man. I remember when I didn't make output, I made the weight, but the 10 pounds when I was over, it's because I wasn't disciplined in camp. That's the reason why I was 10 pounds over. I don't think Keyshawn was as disciplined as he needed to be for De Los Santos. I think he thought it was going to take the fight. I'm telling you, man.
No, he believed 100% that because of the fact that De Los Santos had been out for almost 2 years, he was going to be desperate for money.
Yeah.
And he knew what was going to happen because he's paid Gustavo Lemos paid him 20% of his purse in order for the fight to happen because he came in 7 pounds over against Keyshawn Davis in November in the same building and got knocked out by Keyshawn. And this time around, the team of De Los Santos says, hey, you're going to get paid anyway. I mean, Samson Lukowicz did a great job at negotiating and making sure he took care of his fighter. He told me, look, De Los Santos' health was more important for me because every one of my fighters, they're not just my fighters.
Yeah.
I think I treat them like my children.
He is calculated. They call him the businessman. Trust me, man. He knew exactly what he was doing.
He miscalculated.
It was a miscalculation, and it was a lack of focus during training camp. The reason why he missed his weight. And I don't care what anybody says. That's what it was.
And Tim, there's levels. Every time you miss weight, it's disrespect. Anytime you can come in 0.3, 0.5 over, it's considered disrespectful by the opponents by the sport. But 4.3 is egregious.
It's beyond egregious. It's beyond egregious.
And that's why he's being panned on social media because people understand that.
Crawford ain't never missed weight. I don't believe Mayweather's ever missed weight. I mean, the top guys out there don't miss weight, man. But you know how important it is. Man, this is turning into a hell of a fight right now, man. I'm even hearing some leather being landed. Looked away momentarily just to speak to you, and I was like, ooh, they in there training some leather.
He landed some left hooks here in round 5.
Second.
listen in to Brian Bomac McIntyre here between rounds 5 and 6 to see what adjustments he wants to continue seeing from Troy. At the end. Did you see his eye?
You see his eye?
You look for any little advantage you can get inside the ring, especially where you're at a disadvantage of 9.5 inches in reach. But you see how well Troy has been able to close that gap.
Yeah, Troy. Hey, this is more of a difficult fight than I believe Troy was expecting. You know, Williams, he got a plan. He's executing it as well. He's looking good, and Troy is having a hard time dealing with that reach and the timing of Williams. Williams seems to have really good timing. He's placing his shots extremely well. Look, he's changing up his rhythm. He's feinting. He's looking left. He's looking right. He's setting these little traps. You know, pre-slips. See his head off to the right, left. I mean, he's doing a lot in there, giving Troy a lot to deal with.
You know, Williams is coming off of his first professional loss. That was a 10-round unanimous decision against Jose Borrego in October of last year. And he was actually dropped in the 5th round.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Round 6, and he tired late in that fight. So we'll see if Troy Isaac can take him into deep water here.
Have you noticed that it's the second shot that's always been landing for Troy? Not the first shot. The first shot is
To distract him.
the distractor, right? Yeah. It's like the flare. The second shot, he's close enough to land. Troy's doing a good job in locating that right hand. And the reason why he's able to land it is it's just simple. His hand is higher than the lead hand of Williams. Anytime Williams' lead hand is low, you can hit him with a right hand.
A lot of Williams, both Isley's shots are landing on the gloves of Williams. Williams trying to poach here in this 6th round. Make Isley commit, make him pay. But Isley's finding a smart fight and connects with that right hand.
Yep. But it needs a jab. Good defense right there from Isley. It's a really good. This is a good chess match. It's turning into a really good chess match.
And now go to the jab. Nice left hook from Troy Isley.
Good. Had something in his bag. Isley dipped down low. Came up with the left hook, catching Williams.
Nice body shot right to the body from Isley.
See the momentum. Isley's starting to get confidence now. He's gaining more and more confidence. So Williams, it's up to Williams right now to take the playback. You got to take the playback. He has to do something. That's confidence right here. You don't want that to come into the next round for Isley.
There's a trip.
That's what Williams trying to do. You see, he's trying to get punches, he's expecting something to come back. Isley's really showing, really digging into his bag tonight, man, and really showing different departments of his game. Counter punching, boxing outside, getting in the inside, working down low, sneaking with shots up top as well. He landed some sneaky right hands over the top as well. Isley's giving him something to worry about.
In the other corner, it was Lomax saying, I want you to box him in the first half of the round, and then I want you to press him. When you press him, you're having success. Let's see if Troy's able to do that here in round 7 of the scheduled 10-round fight. I think for me, even though the corner of Yetunde sees it as him losing because they're on the road, it would surprise me if it's a 3-3 fight coming into the 7th.
So just
I do like the adjustments that Troy has been able to make throughout this fight.
Again, it's the second punch. It's not the first punch, it's the second punch. You got to distract them and be able to move those feet a little bit closer. And as you're moving forward, you got to locate those targets, those openings. Isley's done that to some degree throughout this fight. I would love to see a little bit more moving forward.
Look, this is a type of fight. Isaac comes out on top. This is going to teach him a lot because I don't think he's going to fight another fighter with a 71-inch reach, man.
No, not at all. I mean, he does with a 74-inch reach sparring against Crawford. With a 79, this is next level. Nice right hand. Oh, left exchange left hooks on his side. Oh, nice counter again by Isley. Swivel jab. Oh, right hand. Isley starting to find his rhythm and timing now. He understands the sequences of Williams now.
Let's see if he can press him like
nice right hand to the midsection.
William is shy about throwing his shots now. He wants to keep his hands at home.
Nice right hand. He heard him with that.
3-punch combination now. Right uppercut from Isley. The corner of William yells, throw punches, throw. Nice body shot.
Yeah, Williams don't like it downstairs. He does not like it downstairs. Isley will benefit from being a little bit more downstairs than anybody Williams.
And the mistake William made in that combination or in that sequence was he looked over to referee Malik Waleed, hey, help me out here. And he says, punch out of it. And that's what Isley did.
Protect yourself at all times. That's what that's called. You got to depend on yourself inside that ring. I know there's a referee that's present, but you got to depend on yourself.
But he had break, so William was, he was just even. Isley took advantage of that. From Troy Isley here to close out an excellent 7th round for him. Okay, round 8 of a scheduled 10-round fight. Third scheduled 10-rounder for Troy Isley against Yetunde Michelle William, the well-traveled Ivory Coast born fighter. Takes a nice right from Troy Isley. And Isley's starting to open up.
He's definitely starting to locate the target, moving a little faster this round. Letting his hands go. Placing those shots well.
Watch, boy.
The loss that Williams coming off of against Jose Borrego. He tired as the fight progressed, and we're seeing a little bit of that here. And Isaac keeps getting stronger and stronger.
You have all that muscle muscle, you got to be in extreme conditioning. You got to know a little bit more. I know about that.
I wouldn't.
And, you know, they say he's a hard worker inside the gym. You got to slow him down. You got to tell him no more, Mr. Isley. That's a good habit
I want
to have.
Waldo Cortez Acosta to win.
I get the feeling that Williams, he's starting to slow down. He's starting to feel the pace now. He's starting to feel some of these punches. Hey, nice.
That was a nice uppercut counter from William.
But I feel like he's kind of like stalling. You know, he's trying to okey-doke by it. You know, I feel like he should step on the gas a little bit more, take a little bit more chances. He's already been hit with the biggest shot so far from Williams. An uppercut, he got hit with a right hand as well with a left hook. He's taking them well.
Running great left counter from Isley.
But I would love for Isley to again close the distance, come behind. It's the second and third shot that is going to land. And let his hands go. Stay right there. Stay home. Don't allow him to tie him up either. And work his offense. See all that posturing from Williams? It almost seems to me he's just trying to get through. Just trying to get through the rounds.
Flurry from Isley. William hits the gloves.
That's exactly, see right there, that distance right there, that's exactly where Isley want to be, but he got to let those hands go. Williams is right there trying to catch his shoot. He needs to let those hands go.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Low blow right there.
10 seconds.
Lead assertive here in the 8th round. Another good round for Isley, but he gets caught at the end by a combination.
Because he stepped out of range. Like he was in.
5.
Or exit to the side, like a Lomachenko. Nice little step around.
And these are the situations you see where it was a solid round for Troy Isley, but it was close enough. And then that type of flurry, that's why the first thing Bomac said, look, we're going to give him this round, but I need you to get on the inside in these last two.
Absolutely. You can't leave it to chance, man. You gotta go in there and you gotta show these judges that you're here to win.
Jab for jab battle against Kutundi William here. So Troy Isley needs to find a way inside. That's where he's had his most success in this fight.
Yeah, anytime you see that lead hand low, William, all you gotta do is shoot the jab and come right behind with the right hand. He's gonna land every single time. See Isley change levels a little bit with that jab as well. As soon as I say that, you see Williams snap jab from out that range. There we go.
There's a nice right hand from Troy Isley. It's going to come down to who wants it more down this stretch, the last 4.5 minutes of this fight. Nice jab again from Isley.
And anytime Isaac throws a 1-2, just look at the feet of Williams. He squares up. You know, he almost like shifts his left foot back with his right foot. He's not in position to really throw and land any punches. So keep attacking him. Those are moments where he's vulnerable. Ozzy has to recognize that.
This round's up for grabs. That's 1-2 there from Troy. Somebody needs to put a stamp of authority here on this round in the last 20 seconds. And asking William, throw your shots, let your hands go.
Isaac gave his hands right there. He just keeps his hands tucked in.
Referee either has to step in or let him fight out of it.
Hey, he said it worked. That's what he said. He said it worked.
And with the action begins, our field judge, Mike Beltran. And while around was judges one cut side.
That's what he's worried about.
A lot of times you say, get inside the long arms because he won't be able to get around, but he's seen that Williams' uppercuts are tricky.
Yes. Like he got
That's a long lead right, too, from Williams. So you got to pick your poison.
This is a tough fight for Isley. I didn't think it was going to be that tough. But you can't depend on your opposition. I've learned to be weak for you to be strong at one. And what you see on film, you get an understanding of what you're going to be up against. But don't think you're going to see that particular man inside the ring with you.
And Tim, when we were seeing our research, box track and whatnot, there was no reach for a Tunde. I have no idea how to 79 tricks to right now.
Nice everything. I don't think he body work. I don't think he did either. No one did.
And Tony getting his left hand and go here. All right, that's a nice flurry. Some of those blocks, but that's what you want to see. Your Isley's corner.
Absolutely.
Even if they're blocked, if William doesn't offer much, those are the type of flurries that can win you this final round.
And Williams is a better inside fighter than I thought as well. I mean, and he's got a little speed on the inside as well, letting those combinations go. From being close. Being at a close range.
It's rarity, right? Like a Rafael Espinosa is the rare long arm, tall guy who has those lightning quick inside combinations.
Exactly.
You don't expect that from a long fighter. Nice right hand. Nice spin from Isley. Creates an angle and then lands a right hand. You see the blood trickling outside the left eye, not going into the eye. And William, the buffer having a 79-inch reach, he's leaping in as well with uppercuts. Like Navarrete. So he said, I'm not comfortable on the inside, but you're not going to be comfortable from the outside either.
10 seconds.
Left in this 10th and final round, the fight could be in the balance. Troy Isley undefeated in 14 fights at Tundi, 16-1 with 12 knockouts. And
Time. Judges scorecard time. Seconds.
Favorite, I believe, Williams, for the majority of this fight. But we'll see what the judges have, man. Williams showed up, man.
Time.
Doug, he says Nacho Perez couldn't be here, but this is the type of stuff you learn. It's hard for him to get good sparring in Mexico as both Bomac and Troy Isley come over and show sportsmanship to the fighter from Mexico, out of Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Brazil. This guy's been everywhere, and he's not afraid of anything. And tonight he proved it against Troy Isley, who looks to continue unbeaten in this fight, but the judges are still tallying up the scorecards, and that's not ever good to me when they take this long to add them up.
No, I mean, but look, he's from Virginia, right? So he might have some kind of pull. Boxing is fecal like that. It's weird like that. So, but I thought it was a decent fight, man. I really do. I thought it was a real decent fight. Very tactical fight by both men.
All right, what do the judges have on their official scorecards? Michael C. Williams, the only man with those numbers in his hands. Go ahead, Michael.
Tingly Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, having gone the distance, we'll go now to your three judges at ringside. Your first judge, Brian Costello, scores the fight 98-92. Well, judges Paul Wallace and Dave Braslow see the fight the same, 96-94. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision.
Come on, Troy.
And still an ABO middleweight champion, Troy.
Yes.